Yo, guys, what's going on? We are going to be doing the fights to make after UFC 328 just took place on Saturday. Starting us off in the prelims, got Khamzat Chimaev's teammate. He's going to be taking on Kelvin Gastelum. I can't pronounce his name. I don't remember his fucking name, dude. He just looks like Khamzat. He's one of them guys. And we're giving him Kelvin Gastelum as a stepping stone. This is where Kelvin Gastelum's at. Brandon, take it away.
Yeah, I mean, he's actually he's looked pretty shit in his past couple performances. I really don't think he's not like champion material. He's probably not even like high ranked material. KG might be able to like beat him, but like the UFC still wants to try to keep on pushing him, especially on like these Hamza cards and stuff. So I feel like this is a good step for him.
Yeah, this is
That
like
he probably will win.
this is like somewhat of a name, not super close to the rankings, but not super far away from him either. It is a stepping stone. It's kind of what you said. You know, moving swiftly on. We got Pat Sabatini versus Danny Gay. We've already made this fight for Philly. Put it in Philly. Pat Sabatini, he's a Philly bull. He's a Philly dickhead. Get him on the Philly card. Have him fight Danny Gay. Perfect fight for both of these guys. Not really too much to say.
Yeah,
We've already talked about this one.
They're both right outside of the rankings. Sabatini just came off of a really boring performance against Gomez, but I feel like Ige's always just he's a gatekeeper at the rankings, and if you can beat Ige, you're good to get into the rankings. So good entry for him.
I do worry about making this in Philly though, because Pat Sabatini might lose. Like, I think this is a close fight. I think Sabatini would get him down once or twice. I think he'd struggle to hold him down. I honestly might be tempted to pick Danny Gay in this, but you know, it is what it is. That's a prediction for another day. Moving on, we got Roman Kopylov versus Jared Cannonier. I feel like this is a good fight for Kopylov. I think this is a winnable fight for Kopylov. He's coming off a decent win. Jared Cannonier's old. He's an unk. Kopylov's not young and spry either. He ain't no spring chicken. Like, is that the saying? Is that the saying, spring chicken? He's not a young guy himself, but you know, he's the up and comer, quote unquote, versus Jared Cannonier. So you know,
Yeah, and like yeah, I mean, I feel like this is a good stepping stone. Also, I mean, Cannonier's in the rankings. Kopylov's always been in and out. He just had a pretty good performance. I feel Cannonier would probably beat him, but I just think this is a logical step for them.
Yeah, I would be tempted to pick Kopylov here, to be honest. Jared Cannonier's like, bro, 43. I mean, I know Kopylov's not young, like he's 35, but Jared Cannonier's literally 43. I mean, anyway, it is what it is. Got Grant Dawson versus Beneil Dariush. The Chinny Grappler WrestleMania right here. Bro, neither one of these guys has crazy power. They could both chin each other. I hope it would be like a scramble fest. But
I think it would be.
There's always the possibility on the feet that either one of these guys gets chinned. It does not matter who they're fighting. Beneil Dariush could be chinned by a 12-year-old girl, and Grant Dawson could be chinned by also a 12-year-old little girl. Grant Dawson could be chinned by Augusta Wynn. So it's always possible that it's a scramble fest, and it's also possible that it's a scramble fest and one of them like hits their head on the mat too hard and they get knocked out. But yeah, I think this is a great fight. This is a perfect logical matchup for both of them because neither of them should be fighting like a young, hungry, up-and-coming power puncher anymore. Like, they should both be done with that. Like, no. This is a good way to get an entertaining matchup out of both of them.
Yeah, totally agree. And it's a winnable fight for Dariush, winnable fight for Dawson. And Dariush always has really good grappling exchanges with people.
Yeah.
Like, as he did with Gamera. So, it should be a really good fight. Throw that in the Apex main event.
Yeah, this is a solid Apex main event. Or, if you want to get really crazy, you do it as an Apex co-main event.
Yeah, like, I saw Grant Dawson walk out, and I was just thinking to myself, this guy just screams Apex.
Yeah. Yeah, I completely agree. Let's be honest. We got a Teba Gautier versus Marvin Vittoro. It's the unstoppable African beast versus the immovable Italian Shin. Bro. Stop playing with this matchup. This is the matchup we want for a Teba Gautier. Not Izzy. I don't care to see Izzy versus Gautier, okay? Because I think Izzy might get Chin, but let's not just go like can. All-time great who's on a losing streak, then like a number 5 guy, then a number 1 contender, then a title shot. I don't want to do that, bro. Let's take it slow. I know they've been taking it slow with him already, Let's take it a little faster than that, but let's not do the O'Malley treatment of Piotr Jan, Aljamain Sterling. Let's do, can, Marvin Vettori, then, somebody coming off a loss in the top 10, somebody coming off a loss in the top 5, number 1 contender fight, championship fight, if he makes it that far.
Yeah, and I'm not here to say it or anything, but I'm sure Vettori would have quite some value on the sports books in this fight. And I think Vettori. I think this is Gautier could lose this fight.
Yeah, it is possible. Gautier's shown that he's not crazy
He
technical.
can't chase.
He's not crazy technical. He doesn't have really an ability to point fight. So it is possible that Vettori fraud checks him. I'd be here for it. I'd be here to see a Vettori fraud check. I think it'd be hilarious. But that's what I'm looking to see for a Teba Gautier. I'm not looking to see an Izzy matchup. That's not what you do with Izzy. Let's be a little. I know he's on a 4-fight losing streak, but let's give him somewhat of a name. I don't know who you give Izzy right now, but I don't know. Next up, got Terrence McKinney versus Bobby Green. Okay, this is a Hood Classic matchup. Somebody is getting slimed, and it's probably Bobby Green.
Yeah, this should be a pay-per-view opener. Bobby Green, he's entertaining as shit. Terrence McKinney's entertaining as shit. King Green fights with his hands down. Terrence McKinney probably has the most power in 155 ever. And either one of them's chinning the other one in the first 2 minutes.
Yeah, I don't think Bobby Green survives the first 2 minutes with Terrence McKinney, dude. I'm not gonna lie. If he does,
then King Green wins.
Yeah,
Green will sub McKinney.
He'll probably use his Hood Jitsu and sub Terrence McKinney if he survives the first 2 minutes, but I don't think he survives the first 2 minutes, guys. Let's be honest. Now, next up, listen, did we steal this fight from Bedtime? No. We swapped it around. Bedtime, that was absolutely fucking atrocious. You think the UFC is just like a JDM glazing organization? No. We're not giving Joaquin Buckley JDM. We're giving him Yaroslav Amosov, whatever the fuck the guy's name is. This is logical. This is reasonable. He's lower than Buckley in the rankings coming off a win. Buckley's higher than him in the rankings coming off 2 losses. Whoa. Dude, no way. Let's do that. This makes complete sense.
Yeah, and Buckley's going for a record of most bottom time in 3 fights. He's trying to rack up an hour or something. Because right now it's probably at 45 minutes. He's trying to get up to an hour. Yeah, Buckley's got to learn how to wrestle, or else he's just going to keep on getting destroyed.
Yeah, I'm going to be honest. This is the sink or swim for Buckley. I don't think the Brady fight was okay, Buckley's just trash. There's no way he's ever going to beat anybody. I think this is the... I'm not 100% sold on this guy yet. I'm not going to attempt to say his name again. But I'm not 100% sold on him. We all used to think of Buckley... me, you, Brandon, everybody. We all thought of Buckley as having brick wall level takedown defense before the Usman fight. Before the Usman fight, people forget, man. He was a minus 300 or some shit against Usman. Everybody saw this guy as having brick wall takedown defense back then. So, some of that's still got to be there. Round 5 versus Usman, some of it's got to be there, okay? He stuffed a couple of takedowns off Brady. I know he got smudged. He's not good on bottom. I'm not 100% sold on this guy yet. He beat Neil Magny and Joel Alvarez. I know Joel Alvarez is good. But Joel Alvarez, who has he fought that's this absolute monster that we've never seen before in any aspect of the sport? Okay. And he got destroyed by Arman. That's not really indicative about anything. So I'm saying Buckley has a chance. Listen, I don't know if I pick Buckley, but I think he has a chance. If he loses this, yeah, he's just a jobber at the bottom of the rankings forever. So
I would like to say, from everything I've seen, I feel like Yaroslav Amosov or whatever, he might have the best wrestling out of his past 3 opponents.
The best wrestling out of Buckley's past 3 opponents?
Yes. He's taking down Hamza. Uh, I'm pretty sure Dustin saying he's had the best wrestling he's faced since Khabib. Like,
Oh, you're talking about in training.
no, but like just like in general, like he had no struggle against Alvarez at all. Like, I don't know.
I don't know. I think this is a sink or swim matchup for Buckley. We got to see like this is also is Yaroslav Amoslav a can crusher or no? Is Joel Alvarez a can? We don't know. Like, no, I'm kidding. We know Joel Alvarez obviously isn't a can. I'm joking. I'm just a little bit salty about that pick. But moving on. Speaking of wrestlers, speaking of Sean Brady, we bedtime. You could have just switched around the opponents. It would have been perfect. Listen, do this fight in Philly. I don't know if JDM's looking to turn around that quick. But I think
Yeah,
JDM,
JDM just got fucked, man. Badly. Oh my god.
I think JDM knows like, okay, Brady's not a power puncher. Even though I took a lot of damage, I could turn around and fight Brady. Like he's not gonna give me CTE or anything. If I lose, it's gonna be a grappling match. I want to see this, bro. I want to see this. This is a great like. I think this is the logical step. Brady's ranked lower than JDM, coming off a win. JDM's ranked higher than Brady.
Lower right now. I mean, rankings haven't updated yet. I think Brady will be higher ranked by the time they fight.
I don't want to see JDM fight Buckley, bro. Buckley does not deserve that. I mean, maybe you do like I don't even know who's like below JDM that's somewhat of a name that he could realistically fight. What are you going to put him against? You could maybe put JDM against Yaroslav or something. I don't know.
Or Leon or something.
I would want to put. You could do JDM versus Leon, but to be honest,
we don't want to do that to JDM.
We don't want to do that to. If Brandon doesn't want to do that to Leon, JDM fucks up Leon Edwards. But you could, I mean, you could do that fight too. Leon might still be sleeping, but yeah, I'd like to see this in Philly, and I'd like to see Brady get a big win. I think Brady dominates JDM. To be honest, I don't want to hear this fucking bro. JDM, he's gonna go out there, stuff all Brady's tight downs. No, I think Brady fucking destroys JDM. I think he would smudge him. If JDM tries to scramble, he's gonna get submitted. I think Brady wins.
I would like this fight. I would like this fight as a fight night main event. Like I would love this fight as a 5-rounder. Like I would much rather see this 5 rounds than 3.
I would too.
Because I feel like 5 rounds. We've never seen Brady go 5.
Yes, we have.
Have we? Did he go 5 against Burns?
Yeah, versus Burns, and then he got into the 4th round when he destroyed Leon.
Yeah, but like, I feel like JDM would be able to like put it together towards the end, and then it would just turn into a good fight.
I also, if JDM does end up stuffing the takedowns, we're like, okay, is Brady tough? Was the Morales fight a fluke? Was it JDM or not JDM? Sean Brady can't take damage. What is it? Another fight. Guru made this fight. I think it would be good as well if Brady's looking to fight in Philly and he's looking to turn around soon. Get him in there against Usman. I think he wins that fight too. In 2026, Brady has better striking than Usman. He was landing good shots on Buckley. He fucked up a decent version of Gilbert Burns in the striking. He landed good shots on Leon. Like, I think he's a better striker than Usman in 2026. So if you're looking to get him in there quickly in Philly, Usman would be a great fight. Moving on. Okay, we did steal this from... Dude, Waldo's just fought everybody. Like, this is like a gimme fight, you know? I feel like this is so logical to make. You could do Blades versus Spivak, but then Waldo's kind of sat out, and I'd rather have Spivak fight a jobber down the rankings than either one of these two guys fight a jobber down the rankings. Don't get me wrong, I would love to see Waldo get matched up with a jobber down the rankings. But the problem with that is Waldo's just going to easily beat them. And we know Waldo's, like, better than all the blobs. Like, he's the best blob, right? He's still a blob himself, but he's better than the rest of the blobs.
Yeah, Waldo's a can crusher. That's what I think.
Waldo's better than all the blobs, but he's obviously not, Cyril Gahn level. He's not Volkov level. He just lost to Volkov very clearly.
Not Pavlovich level.
He's not Pavlovich level. Like, he's not the level of the top guys. So this is the fight where we see, like, okay, is Curtis Blades the level of the top guys? As much as it pains me to say this, as much as I hate to say this, and as much as it makes the heavyweight division look fucking trash, Waldo is the Song Yadong of the heavyweight division at this point in time.
Yeah.
So this is like, okay, Curtis Blades, do you still belong at the top of the division? Which I think he does. I think he wins this fight. Or, Waldo, are you maybe ready to look at the top of the division again at some point.
Yeah, and like after the fight that Blades just had, you don't want to go giving him like another prospect. I mean, he's got so much hype. He just delivered a great fight for you. Like
Yeah,
you're not gonna shoot him down because he lost. You're gonna give him another good matchup.
yeah,
At least that's what they should do.
that's what they
I
should be
really like
doing.
this matchup.
Do not give Blades another prospect, please.
And
But
Blades is kind of chinny.
speaking of both of their dude, Waldo's power is so overrated. I think
Yeah,
he has one of the most.
he's definitely got more power than Hokit.
Dude, I don't even know about that. Blades is chinny, but I think Waldo could KO him, but I'll pick Blades to win this. Now, speaking of stealing fights from Guru, this is the other logical matchup. Like, I said Volkov was clearly the fourth best heavyweight in the world. I actually don't know. I think Blades could still give him problems at this point in time, and I think Josh Ockett would give him problems too. Like, I don't want to look past Derek Lewis. Now, if Derek Lewis beats... The reason I say I don't want to look past Derek Lewis is because Josh Ockett is so hittable. And Derek Lewis hits hard. Like, I'm not saying that Derek Lewis is as skilled as Josh Ockett. I'm not saying that Derek Lewis is better than Josh Ockett, right? I don't think he's a better athlete. I don't think he's more skilled. I don't think he is a better fighter in any regard. And I think Josh Hockett's going to win. But I just had this picture in my head of Derek Lewis knocking Josh Hockett out. Like, Josh Hockett runs in and Derek Lewis just hits him with some fucking thudding, like, check left hook or just straight right down the pipe and knocks Josh Hockett out. But I think Josh Hockett wins that fight. And I think the winner of that fight should fight Volkov. If Josh Hockett wins, put it as, like, the feature fight on a numbered card. If Derek Lewis wins, do Volkov versus Derek Lewis 2 as the main event of a fight night. Hopefully in the Apex, but they'll probably end up doing it in front of a crowd.
No, Derek Lewis gets put in front of the crowd.
Yeah. But
yeah, I mean, I would love to see Derek Lewis take off his pants in front of a bunch of like the United States military.
Bro, that would be the best thing ever. Dude, Derek Lewis takes off... No, he takes off his pants, and then he takes off his underwear. It goes full nude in front of the White House. That would be fucking amazing. I'd want it to get blurred. Like, I don't want to see that. I'm not gay. But, like, that would be hilarious. That would be so funny. Listen, Josh Hockett winning would be better for the division than Derek Lewis winning. But Derek Lewis winning would be better for the fans, bro. I don't give a fuck. This would be absolutely hilarious if Derek Lewis chins this guy.
Yeah,
but
definitely.
That's off topic. I think the winner should fight Volkov. You could say, oh, Volkov deserves a title shot. Bro, Volkov would have to sit out for like another 100 years to get a title shot. When is Tom Aspinall coming back? Like, we don't know. His eye is fucked, bro. We don't know. And then there's an
interim title fight. Training.
Huh?
I'm pretty sure he said he's clear to start training.
Okay, I mean, maybe he does a quick...
I think he'll fight this year.
Maybe the winner of...
I think he'll fight in like November.
Maybe the winner of Pereira Gon fights quickly. But then, even then, let's say Tom Aspinall fights in December. Bro, Volkov would be sitting out until like this time next year. We're not doing that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Have him fight Josh Hockett. Maybe Josh Hockett wins, and then we have Aspinall versus Hockett. Right?
Yeah.
Anyway. Or Pereira versus Hockett. That would be crazy. Aspinall versus Hockett, Pereira versus Hockett, big fights. Ciryl Gane versus Hockett, we don't want to talk about it. Now, all right, so for Tatsuro Taira, I think regardless of if Manel Kape wins or loses against Horiguchi, I think this is a good fight because it's an interesting matchup. Kape's wrestling hasn't really been tested like crazy. And then we want to see, like, okay, can Taira beat a power puncher at flyweight? Or is that just going to be his kryptonite? Even though he has a good chin, like, is that going to be his thing? Like, he just can't... Well, he can take damage, but does he slow down after taking damage? Because we really saw him, slow down a lot in that third round. So, I think this is a good test. And you might be thinking to yourself, oh, if Kape beats Horiguchi, then he's just gonna get a title shot. No. Van took a lot of damage. Like, he's going to be out for a while, and we're going to talk about what's going to be next for Van in a second. You guys already know. But, like, I think this is a good fight. I think this is an intriguing fight. I think the odds would be pretty 50-50 on this. I think the fans would be divided. And then it would also be good for the fans. Like, if Taira wins, he's always good to have at the top of the division with the, Japanese audience. If Kape wins, he's still big in Japan. And then also, fans like Kape. He's funny. He's got power. So, I think this is a logical fight to make.
And you could just take this fight to a Japan fight night. I doubt the UFC will, but they usually could.
They'll probably end up putting it in the Apex. This is the obvious fight. Like, come on, dude. You have to run the rematch. There's no, like, ifs, ands, or buts about it. The first fight didn't fully play out. Van called out Pantoja. Pantoja was in the crowd. Make this fight in, like, October. I don't know why. This just screams October at me, and I feel like that'd be great. You know what I mean? Van looks to turn around quick. October, time flies, bro. It's not that far away. I think making this fight as, like, not the Abu Dhabi card, but, like, the card before it. You know how they always do a card in, like, Vegas or Utah before Abu Dhabi? I think this would be good for that. Like, beginning of October.
Yeah. Yeah, totally agree.
Have this as a co-main event to something. And honestly, after Tyra, bro, after that fight with Tyra, I think Pantoja would come back and he'd be watching. I think Joshua Van would win this.
Yeah, I mean, close fight.
It is a close fight. But that's the obvious fight to make, bro. Like, there's literally no, like, there's nothing else, okay? Now, Chimaev. Just rebook this. It's super simple. I see it as you could put Chimaev against Yuri. You could put Chimaev against Paulo Costa. Or you could put Chimaev against... I had one other person in mind. Who the fuck was I thinking of?
Hank.
No. Not whatever. You could put him against Costa. You could put him against Yuri. I think Ank needs to come back sooner than that, to be honest. Sooner than whatever Chimaev would be willing to turn around at. So, my vision for light heavyweight is you do this fight. You do Yuri versus Ank. And then the winner of this, the winner of Khamzat versus Paulo Costa, is obviously going to be a huge name. Khamzat has a huge name. Paulo has a huge name. Fans love both of these guys. And, you know, they're both going to be, you know, ranked highly in the division. Coming off a really good win over the other one. Do him versus Carlos Ulberg. Whenever Ulberg comes back, this guy will be waiting for them, whichever one it is. And then have the winner of that fight, the winner of Yuri versus Ankalaev.
Yeah, and just like another pro about this fight, you're gonna get another insane Khamzat fight week, but it's not gonna end all shitty like Strickland Khamzat did, where they're all buddy. There's no way Costa's all buddy with Khamzat after the fight.
I mean, we did say the same thing about Strickland, didn't we? But Strickland's always an act. Like, Paulo's not as big of an act, bro. I feel like this would be a crazy build-up. Honestly, they're probably going to be looking to do this as a 3-rounder because they're going to be looking to get Khamzat in another title fight. Just capitalize off his name and hope and pray that he beats Ulberg. Because
yeah, this is happening on the Abu Dhabi pay-per-view. It's like the co-main event 3-rounder. Yeah.
Especially with Khamzat going to 205, like, he should hopefully be more active now. Hopefully, especially because he's not champ. Like, he was saying, like, brother, I make champ money. I don't need to fight that much, brother. I just make the money and go away. But, you know, I think that's what you do with the light heavyweight division. Moving on to Sean Strickland, you do the rematch versus Imavov. Listen, I don't want to see the trilogy with Dricus just yet because I just want to see something new. I want to see something fresh, and I want Strickland to get a title defense. Imavov, I know he's been sitting out, but he does deserve a title shot. Unfortunately, I don't like Imavov. I would pick Strickland to win this, and we want Strickland to get a win. Like, we want Strickland to get a title defense that'd be great for the fans. I think this time around, I feel like they're going to try to keep Strickland as champion. I don't think they're going to try to turn him around super quick. Like, Strickland has a huge name now, especially after beating Khamzat. Wow, holy shit, he actually beat Khamzat. And I think the rematch is the next logical thing to do. You could also do Dricus versus Imavov, and then the winner fights Strickland. Strickland takes a little bit of time off, which is also a valid way to do it, but bro, yeah, I really just don't want to see Strickland versus Dricus again. Neither of those fights were that good. So, yeah.
You could do Imavov DDP, like, pretty soon, because Strickland broke his nose again. He said he's taking time off, like,
yep.
And neither of those two have fought in a while, so, like, you really could match them up on, like, pretty soon, like, International Fight Week.
Yeah, you could throw that on International Fight Week. I'd love to see that. And honestly, as much as I love Dricus, I would probably be rooting for Imavov to win that fight. I would pick Dricus, but I'd probably be rooting for Imavov, even though I dislike him, just because I do want to see Strickland get a win. Like, I want to see him keep the belt for a little bit. Maybe he rights the wrong against Dricus, but I don't know, man. They fought way longer ago than Strickland and Dricus did, so I'd just rather see this personally.
Yeah.
And also, I think this is the title shot where Imavov has the least chance of winning, which the UFC does not want this fucker as champion. Like, let's be honest. So this is like okay, we're going to give you a title shot against the guy who already beat you so that we can just get it out of the way. That's another thing with this that's pretty big for me is like, we got to get it out of the way. You know what I mean? We got to do it at some point.
Yeah.
Now, Brandon, do you have anything left to add?
Nope.
Thank you guys so much for watching. See you guys in the next one, and peace!